Hello there. Nice to see you here. Welcome back to the channel. It's been a hot minute since I've made a video. But you know, it's that time of year when I go into a thrift store and I find somebody's old, crusted and dusted artwork to paint over and probably ruin. So I've actually done this before. I went into a thrift store, I bought a painting, I painted over it. I painted some like ghastly ghouls over it and then put it right back in the thrift store where I found it. And when I think back to that painting, I kind of wish I hadn't made it creepy. I kind of wish I'd painted something else onto a landscape. So that's exactly what I'm going to do today. So I headed to my local thrift store with my friend Vegard to see what I could find.
We are so back.
It's been many years. I love how it looks exactly the same in here,
Yeah.
whereas I do not look exactly the same.
No.
Wrinkles. This is ominous.
This is, imagine making that happy.
How would I make that happen?
I don't know. She's looking down at a
the whole thing would have to change.
Yes.
Looking down at a fortune. She's just broken a fortune cookie.
And it says like, you're amazing.
I'd have to change her posture. I'd
Yeah.
have to like make her back straight, like scoliosis cured.
Has that changed since last time, or is that still going?
Scoliosis is still going strong.
The eyes, the piercing Miley Cyrus eyes. You see
I could
it?
make it into Miley Cyrus.
Yes. I think this is so scary and creepy.
Right, okay, that's actually a contender then.
Did you check the price?
£75.
Oh, here we go.
This.
That is scary. Oh my god, he just got bigger.
That doesn't pique my interest.
No.
What about this? £28. I swear everything in here was like £5, £10 for box.
What about her?
Is it a painting?
I don't know.
Why is it so locked in?
£75.
£75 for two chickens having a little fight? What?
Despite searching high and low in this place, Vegard and I couldn't really find anything that interesting when it came to the paintings. Like, none of the paintings were really calling to me and I didn't really want to paint over any of them, so we decided to try another thrift store around the corner, which turned out to be closed. So I called it a day and decided to come back the following morning.
We're back. It's a Saturday. The flea market's on, which I forgot was even a thing. So I'm hoping to find some art. I remember when McDonald's used to do like actually heavy duty Happy Meal toys like this.
It's quite big. Did anyone else used to be obsessed with badgers? Ow!
Oh yeah, I'm with Keelan, who is the clumsiest person in the world. So we're gonna break something today. I thought that was a tail, but it's just his foot. I have a feeling there's gonna be some art like inside, because they have like little inside sections. Oh, there's so many paintings in here. Like, that is actually a really nice painting. I can see a lot of space, like the sea and the sky. I can put something in there. A spaceship in the sky or something like that.
A beach scene as well.
But also the frame on that is ugly.
Wow, lots of open space to play
I
with.
like this. I would probably paint the frame because the frame is also ugly. There's more opportunity in this painting. I gotta go find the guy and buy this.
Hello, lovely man. How are you?
I thought that woman was talking to you.
Yeah, I had such a good disguise. She thought I was like her husband.
Whoa.
Hello, lovely man.
What's
what
happening
the
there?
fuck is that?
Do you want to buy?
Wow!
So after finding that landscape piece, I did have a look around this place, which was called the North Lane Bazaar, and I did happen upon the exact same print that we saw in the first place, except it cost about £20 less. But this place was really cool and I kind of wish that I'd had a look around here before I bought my painting. Maybe I'll come back here another time if I do this again. But before I went home, I did want to stop at the place that was closed yesterday.
So I've got my first piece, but I do want a second painting. We're outside the place I got the last one, and the man is standing right there that definitely noticed I did that. He probably won't recognise me. I am nevertheless kind of scared that he will. So I think I'm just gonna... What should we do? What do we do? Can you see him? Just don't let him see, don't let. I can see a few paintings in here. That is pretty funky. Oh, it's £120. I could jazz up something like this.
Yeah, no worries.
Dude, that guy hates me so much. Kicked me out and told me not to film in there, which is fine. But also the energy was just like so aggressive. So either he recognised me and didn't like that I put a painting back before, or he's just a grumpy old man.
I think he's a grumpy old man.
Right. Take that lime off. Oof. I think this is beautiful. I almost don't want to touch it, to be honest. Look at that gently babbling brook. Zumba painted this. Sounds like one of the Boo Bars, if you know who the Boo Bars are. I put like an Instagram story up asking for some ideas what to add to this painting, and I failed to disclose that it wasn't my painting, and now I feel really bad because everyone thinks I painted this, but it's the work of Zumba. Nice one, Zumba. I'm really sorry for taking credit. You will never guess what the vast majority of people told me to paint in this. So many people said Bigfoot, the myth and the legend, the Sasquatch. Since then, I have gone down a rabbit hole learning about this legendary creature. So many people believe that Bigfoot exists. The source material on the legend of the Sasquatch, infinite. Podcasts, YouTube channels, articles, blog posts. The first thing I did was search for podcast episodes, and I found 100 that look into and retell the story of sightings of Sasquatches. Sasquatch Odyssey, Sasquatch Chronicles, Sasquatch Theory, Sasquatch the Legend, Bigfoot Society, and I listened to a few because I wanted to hear the history of the Sasquatch, where it came from, what it looks like, what people think of it, like its nature, its behaviour, and I learned a lot. Some of these podcasts were very dramatic, retelling stories of Sasquatch sightings.
911, what are you reporting?
We got someone or something crawling around out here.
Clear rabbit hole that I went down before I even started this painting. But I think it did inform my view of the Sasquatch. So without further ado, let me customize this beautiful thrift store painting and hopefully not ruin it. So I think I'm gonna do a pair of Sasquatches, like one fishing in the stream and then one in a camping chair or like next to a campfire on the other side or something like that. And obviously we all have the idea of the classic Bigfoot in our mind, like what that looks like. I think everyone imagines a very tall, a very hairy, very giant figure. And this Bigfoot deep dive that I went on started off because I was Googling like, what does it really look like? Does it look like a man? Like, what does the face look like? Because obviously I need to paint it. So rather than give you like an in-depth history of Bigfoot, which I will probably butcher, I will give you a brief history of Bigfoot. So the Sasquatch does have a very interesting origin story, as it seems to have started as Canadian folklore from the indigenous communities of Canada. The First Nations people told stories of the Saskets, which means wild or hairy man. Saskets being the word that got Englishised to Sasquatch by a one Mr. J.W. Burns. Now, the original folklore states that Saskets were magical, shape-shifting caretakers of the land. But in the 1930s, this J.W. Burns guy writes them up to be elusive and low-key troublesome. Fast forward to 1958, this guy claims to have found actual Bigfoot footprints. Then in 1967, this film came out by two guys called Patterson and Gimlin that apparently featured a real Bigfoot in it. And this is the footage, and I don't know about you guys, but to me, it's looking like a hoax. But then again, this is the film that launched Bigfoot into the public eye, and the world saw this film and said, that's real. So the modern Sasquatch is an extremely popular legend. I mean, according to one of the podcast episodes I was listening to, a survey revealed that 1 in 10 Americans believe that it exists. Look at this YouTube channel. Every thumbnail has the cryptic clickbait circle, but when you click on any of these videos, there's no concrete, tangible evidence. I kind of feel bad for the subscribers of this channel. Like, never mind big feet, I'll be getting cold feet with all this clickbait. I also found this website, which looks like something out of the late 90s, early 2000s. Beautiful graphic design. Databases, FAQs, it's given Delulu. Like, I hate to be a party pooper. To be honest, if anyone has any evidence or does believe in this creature, please let me know in the comments. I would really love to believe in something so magical. Anyway, these ones that I'm painting, they're friendly, I think. I think they're a bit unsocial. Like, they do keep to themselves, it looks like. But I mean, I don't blame them. It looks like there's a lot of conspiracy theorist hunters out to get these guys. There's also a conspiracy theory that the US government has captured and is holding a Sasquatch hostage for research. But I do feel like that's quite a standard conspiracy theory. I feel like the US government have a lot of things captured in Area 51 somewhere. But thank you for all your suggestions of things to paint. There were many good ones. And thank you for everyone that brought to light the legend of Bigfoot. I hadn't really thought about it ever. Hadn't realised what big deal the Sasquatch is, so thank you. And I think we've all learned something here today. You know what? I'm actually quite happy with this. I spent a bit longer on it last night and added some magical looking flowers. I just wanted to change up the aura of this painting a bit. It looked too similar to when I bought it with just the Sasquatches in it, especially since this Sasquatch kind of like blends in with the rocks. At first I wasn't sure on the flowers because I kind of went with the same colours as that Studio Ghibli Howl's Moving Castle flower field scene. I don't know why that was in my mind, but I was like, oh, I don't know if they're a bit bright for this painting, but I think it works. I zhuzhed up the background and like fixed all the like damaged streaks. So I hope you like it. I'm now gonna return this to the flea market from whence it came. I'm definitely not gonna take it back to the place with the grumpy old man. I didn't even buy it from there, but I am never stepping foot in that establishment ever again. So yeah, I'm gonna take this back to the flea market. But before I do, I will be giving out a print of this painting to one of my patrons because I'm back on Patreon. I'm making content on there. If you are interested in that, have a look at the tier options. There's like digital downloads, colouring pages, and then the Goose tier get art mail once a month, so if you're interested in that. But yeah, one lucky patron will get a print of this Sasquatch scene. I'll be choosing a random patron at the end of the month, probably, how many days are in May? Whatever is the last day of this month. But enough of that. I'm gonna take this back to the flea market now. I wonder if the guy is gonna like recognize this painting.
Is your little shop going to be open?
Sadly, my little shop was not open, so we instead took it to a different flea market, which was one of the places I was looking for a painting, but it wasn't the thrift store that I bought the painting.
I'm just gonna like leave it here. Should I just like put it here? Just so
Nah. You got to put it up on the wall.
I nevertheless returned it to the thrift store realm to be at one with the other old forgotten paintings.